With TOMi.digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi.digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi.digital classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi.digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world. With TOMi.digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi.digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi.digital classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi.digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.
I can't believe I was muted all the time. So my apologize. It was just the welcoming message to you and giving the thank you again to all of you for participating on this workshops. I already got many mails from you with questions about how to create a class, how to create a lesson, and this is the opportunity for clarifying each one of these. So thank you so much for connecting today. I'm very confident that you're going to learn a lot of new things today about how to create awesome classes using TOMi. And remember, as you saw in the video before, I replayed before, the most important part of TOMi is that TOMi was a platform created for classrooms without internet access, or with poor quality internet access, or even for those teachers that weren't then their students don't get distracted while they're during the presentation. Even if there is internet access, the students in some cases are going to Facebook or are going to YouTube or Instagram or any other content, and they get distracted. Meanwhile, teachers is explaining their lessons. So TOMi Play is a way for like catching the cell phone, the smartphone, or any device from students when they're connected to TOMi. TOMi like catches them and ensure that nobody is going to Facebook or Instagram, but they're going only into the lesson that you created on TOMi. So this is the differentiation of the main features TOMi has. Of course, we have a lot of different types of questions and material for creating amazing classes, but also we have these special features. And again, thank you so much to Mr. Bipin. We already ship out the free devices to you so you can deliver it to your teachers. So when you come back to classrooms or when you go to hybrid education, that's Mr. Bipin told me that that's a part of the plan, and that's actually what all the countries in Latin America are doing, is going some days to the classroom, picking up the classes or picking up the homeworks or making some kind of activities inside the classrooms and coming back to their homes. The most important again for me is that we will need to be prepared for coming back to the classroom. Education need to happen inside the classrooms because the students, our kids, our young people need to interact between them inside the classroom, because we are training human beings, not only like machines that we need to teach them how to add and subtract and multiplications. We need to teach them how to be a great people, how to be great human beings. So we need to come back to the classroom as soon as possible, as soon as the pandemic allow us to come back. So thank you so much for being connected, and let's go directly to the job. So I'm gonna share my screen. There it is. And I'm very confident that you will love each one of the features that I'm gonna show you to you. And I'm expecting you to start creating your classes uh, as soon as possible to engage your students with classes created by you in TOMi. So then I had a lot of questions from you by email, So I'm very confident that I'm gonna answer each one of it. Meanwhile, I'm presenting all the classes, while I'm like using each one of the type of questions that TOMi has available. So, however, if you have any additional question on the way, please let me know. Today I don't have a Fabian in the backstage. However, I have a secondary screen here, so I'm looking at your questions in case you have anyone. So I'm very happy when you make questions, but because that makes me feel that you are very excited as I am while I'm explaining to you the features of TOMi. The first thing I want to do, and I suggest you to do, is creating a profile pictures for your account. It's very simple. Just come to this icon, profile, and after that, just select a picture here. You can drag and drop over it, or you can come here. For example, I'm gonna come to my pictures. I have a pictures of myself here. So here's the picture. I can use these controls to go like more zoom in, and there it is, and accept. So after that, my pictures here is gonna appear the next time I'm coming into the account. So probably if I refresh it, it should appear right there. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's not loading yet. So let's do it again. And accept. Probably the next time I log in, it's probably because of my cache in my computer. So probably the next time I log in. But I suggest to you that doing that first thing is loading your profile picture. So let's go to create a class. Yesterday we found some classes here in the exploring section. So today what we are going to do is go directly to create a new class. I already chose some pictures to use in my classes, and this was for angles, like the basis of angles in mathematics. So I'm not an expert in geometry or mathematics, but I'm gonna do a very simple class about the angles basis. Okay, so this is gonna be an angle basis class, and I'm gonna select mathematics as the subject. I need to choose at least one of the topics or multiple of them if I want. For example, this is I don't know, like mathematics, but also I'm gonna cover some about of life skills, for example. So I need to choose it. So let's accept it, and after that we are gonna go directly into my class. So if you can see here, we have some kind of scoring of the quality of my class. So this is a scoring of how is my class describing what we are teaching. So a good title is the most important thing, but also I can add a cover image. So this is something important too. So let's go and add a cover image. I have here in my desktop already in classes, I have my image. I'm going to use this one, for example. So let's choose the image and accept it. So there it is. I have my image already loaded, and I have 4 points of my class score. So the other thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose the language. So this class will be in English. So I'm going to look for English. There it is. So I have 6 points. And finally, the most important scoring for my class is adding my questions or my activities or my resource to the class. So the first thing I want to do is finding other resource from other teachers in the repository of resource. So I'm going to click here, and there it is. In the preliminary thing, I'm going to find here classes that use angles as a topic for the class. So I have a lot of resource here: multiple choice, single choice, using image, for example. For example, this kind of activity. So I can open it here, and I'm gonna find what information the teachers already included in their classes. So here, for example, I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to use this one. So just click here, and the questions will be added automatically to my assessment or to my class. So let's add that one, and let's add like, I don't know, anyone. For example, let's add find the value of the angle. This is an image, so this is a single choice. So find the value of an angle less than a 4. Okay, let's. I have more here. For example, I have a second page here. So it's loading. And hit, there it is. So find the angle. Value of the angle. I have thousands. Actually, there is thousands of actually it's hundreds of thousands of questions already created by other teachers. So I can use it. So this is the angle. So I'm gonna add it, and no more. I'm gonna use that couple questions here. Actually, I'm gonna let only one because I'm gonna add a lot of more questions. So I'm gonna have only one questions per each tape. So I'm gonna delete it. Delete, and there it is. So I have already one question. So now I'm gonna start to create my own questions. So the first thing I'm gonna do is open this pop-up message here, and I have it single choice, multiple choice, open-ended, true and false, order, matching with text, matching with image, complete the sentence, word search puzzle, alternative answer, videos, text, and images. So what I'm gonna add first is a video. So I can just put a name for the video here. So it's gonna be like introduction for angles. And I can paste here a YouTube or a Vimeo link. So I already have a video here, so I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, so I have it, and let's make. It's very important. I'm gonna repeat it here. If you can see here, we cannot click on save until we check the check here. So check it, and now I can save it. Save. So I have the video. However, I want to show the video before the first question. So I can just select here, sort resource, and I can drag and drop this. And so the video is going to be shown first than any other content in the class. So let's accept it. Here it is. And let's move forward, adding a new type of questions. For example, let's add a multiple choice question. So here it is, and I want to add an image to my question. So just click here and select an image. For example, I want to select this image, and look at this. This was one of the questions I got from you, is that you cannot like save the class. And probably that was when you add an image. And the reason is that probably you didn't click here for checking or selecting the image, confirm that that is the image you are going to use. So that's very important. I'm going to do it again. You just click here, you select an image, and you need to check it. Why is important checking it? Because you can actually edit the image, so you can zoom in and zoom out the image when the image is bigger. I'm going to show it to you before, but the final step is clicking the check icon. And the question will be something like, the angle in the image is a, and after that I'm gonna write here the correct and wrong answers for the question. So I'm gonna write here like, this is a right angle, or this is a straight angle. I can add more answers here. So, or I can write, for example, this is a acute angle, which is right. So this is right. So I check it here. And this is a multiple choice. So you can have more than one answer as correct. So this is I could write down something like this is an angle with less than 90 degrees, for example. I'm not sure if this is the right way to write degrees or like talk about of angles in English. So if you can confirm it, if there is any kind of mathematics or geometry, please let me know if this is correct, 90 degrees. Just write it down there in the chat, and thank you so much for that. So this is correct too. So I'm gonna check it too. So the order of these options is not important because actually TOMi is going to scrabble this. So each one of the students are going to have a different order for this multiple choice options. So that's a way for so that students cannot copy from other students if they're one on the side of the other one in the classroom. So that's the way. So I already selected this couple options as correct. And after that, I'm gonna give the time. I think this is a simple question, so I'm gonna give my students 30 seconds for answering the question. Okay, so let's save it. And now I have this couple, the video and the couple exercises. Let's move forward. Please let me know if you have any question of each one of the type of questions I'm using, the type of activities I'm using. Please let me know, and I'm gonna answer to you. So I'm seeing that the chat is a little bit quiet, so just please say me hello or something in the chat to know that you are there and you're connected. I'm seeing that we have 15 people connected to the class, to the lesson today. So please send me any message to the chat to know that you are there. And let's move forward with the next type of question. So we already have a single choice. The single choice was a question that I import from the resource repository. We created a multiple choice. Now we are going to create an open-ended question. So remember that the open-ended question is a place for students to write down. Thank you so much, Mr. Bipin. Thank you so much, Amal. So here, what we are going to do here is, thank you, Shilpa. So great. That it's very nice for in this virtual world. It's very nice when we feel that there is someone else in the other side of the screen. So thank you so much for interacting. Any question, any comment is always welcome. Welcome in this workshops. So I'm gonna write here, and I'm gonna ask to the students that please write your idea about, for example, obtuse angles. That's going to be my question, my open-ended question. Safe. That's the most simple to create. I give just 20 seconds. I'm going to give you a little bit more, but not too much, like 30 seconds. And there it is. So we have 4 questions. And remember that if we have 4 questions and more, this is going to turn on. So let's add a new questions, and probably this is going to get turned on. So the next one is true false. Let's select this, and let's say and great. Thank you so much, everybody, for interacting. So an obtuse angle is an angle with more than 180 degrees. And this is true. Okay. Good morning, Surah, Manishi. Thank you so much for interacting. That actually that makes me very, very happy. Thank you so much. So, and if I want, I can also add an angle, an image here. So I'm gonna add an obtuse angle image here, and I want to show you. I already have an obtuse angle here, like I have this obtuse. However, I'm gonna select it from this image, and I'm gonna show you that I can like make a zoom in here. Here's my obtuse angle, and I just realized that actually I make a mistake. So this actually it's false, not true but false. So I can like zoom in to the angle, and that's why it's very important to click in check. I can't save here, but if I check it, I can save it now. There it is. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shilpa. That was my mistake. So that was fails. That's great. Sachin, thank you so much for your clarification too. So look at this. I have 10 points of my class. In the near future, we are gonna open some new features that are gonna give you awards because of the points of your class. That's something that I'm gonna tell to you probably in a month or 2 months, but that's very important that you create awesome classes for your students and for the community of teachers. So remember that these classes that you are creating could be used by other teachers around the world. So you are supporting and you're collaborating with teachers in Uganda, in Nigeria, or even in the States. But however, if you don't want to do so, you can just click here, and the class is gonna be private, so nobody's gonna can access to the class, only your students and you. But I'm gonna turn this off. I want my class be open to the world. So that is so. We already have a true and false feature, a question or assessment. So let's move forward. We have a lot of more activities to add, so or type of question to test. So move forward. Order is an activity that actually I like too much. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So the way for creating is, for example, I'm going to write the statement here, and this is going to be like, please order the angles from less to or to, I don't know how to write it in English. I apologize again if I'm making mistakes in my English. But please order the angles from low to high. I think that would be a way to write it down. According to its degrees. And I already prepared multiple image here. So I have a acute angle. I need to use the right order. So TOMi is going to scrabble it for students. So I need to use the right order here, and TOMi is going to scrabble it after. So after this, I'm going to use the right. After this, I'm going to use the image of the obtuse. Thank you, Shilpa. I'm going to correct this statement in a second. So the obtuse, so let me correct it here. Thank you so much. So it's from small to big. So, and I'm gonna add the straight, add it here, straight. So this is the obtuse and the straight. There it is. Remember that if I cannot save, it's because it's pending to click on OK, OK, and OK here. So I'm gonna give a little bit more time, like again, 30 seconds. By the end of this class, I'm gonna present it to you. I'm gonna teach it to you. So it's gonna take longer. If I give too much time, we are gonna take a lot of time in the presentation. So that's the reason I'm giving only 30 seconds. However, you can remember you can give more time than that. So let's save it. So now we have a ordering activity. This is the right order. However, when the students go into the class, this is going to be scrabbled, and they will need to order it. So let's move forward and let's go to matching with text. What is matching with text? What you need to do is writing a text in both columns of the activity, and again, TOMi is going to scrabble it, and students will need to match. For example, let's write here, match the grades, the degrees with the name of the angle. So for example, 90. So this is a right angle. 45. This is an acute. 180. Then we have from Manishi, we have a question. Do we have a subject topic wise games for lower grades kids to make it more interesting? Sure. You know, Manishi, we have seen a lot of activities. For example, I'm going to show you the next type of matching that you can match, for example, image with colors and so on. So actually, it's up to your creativity to create amazing classes. Remember that you can find in the Explore sections, you can find by topic. So you can just look for it, and probably you're going to really find thousands of classes created for kids, like for kindergarten or something like that. So let's move to end this question, and it is an a straight angle. So I think that this is enough. Let's give only 20 seconds and let's save it. Here it is. Perfect. So again, this is the right matching. However, when students get it, they're gonna get it scrabbled. So perfect. We are in matching with text. Let's make an exercise with matching with images. So let's open it and let's say match the images with the name of the angles. So let's open it. I have already all the angles here. So let's open the acute. Acute. Second. Let's open the obtuse. Second. Let's open the straight. And let's move forward because we have only like 20 minutes for ending the workshop. So let's move forward. Again, 20 seconds, I think it's going to be enough. So let's save it. So now we have another question here. And let's move forward. That was matching images. So the next one is completing the sentence. So let's click on complete the sentence. And this is something like this. So I can write here, for example, the obtuse angle is any angle between let's say more than 90 and or bigger than 90 and smaller than 180. So that's the right sentence I want students build. However, what I need to do is add this character add in the sentence. I want that be like that need to be completed by the student. So for example, obtuse, and I want the complete also angle, and I want the complete 180. So they will need to drag these words into the spaces that are going to appear here. So I need to add some distractions words here. So they will need to think what is the option they need to drag and drop there. So I'm gonna add here, for example, 60, 70, or 50, or 360. So they will have these options, and they will need to choose between them, and they will need to decide that the option is 180. So in the same case, I can play with it. So for example, the 3, or the 3, or anything that could be something like for giving any kind of confusion to the students, so they will need to decide. I'm going to expand the time, so it's going to be 30 seconds, and I'm going to click on save. We are almost done, so let's move forward. We are in completing the sentence. Let's make a word search puzzle. So the way for making a word search puzzle is very simple. Just write the statement here. So for example, find the angle tape. Angles tape. And I'm gonna just write here multiple words for adding to my word search puzzle. So I'm gonna write here again, acute, enter, acute, enter, obtuse, press enter, straight, enter, and there it is. Just 3 words by now. And I'm gonna give more time for answering the questions, 60 seconds, and save. There it is. So now we have a lot of resources of activities for my class. So, and I'm gonna add the final interactive activity, which is alternative answer. This is a question for asking students to write down the right answer to a question. For example, what is the name of the 180 degrees angle in English? So I can write here that it is straight. There it is. So that's the name. The uppercase and lowercase is not important, but if, for example, you want to add an alternative, like for example, if the students write down it is the straight, and I want to accept that as an answer, so I can add all the alternatives here that will be correct if students write it down. And just for showing something here, no matter if it's not a case, I'm going to add a function here. So I can open it, and if you are making some advanced mathematics expressions or something like that, you can just write it here and make all the equation here or something like that. And after that, you just need to add it to the equation. So it's going to get added here. So it's very powerful, like keyboard is specialized to mathematics. So I'm gonna erase it and delete it, but now you know how to create this kind of formulas from the with mathematics symbols. So there it is. I think 20 seconds is enough. I'm gonna save it, and there it is. And the other types of resource was the video that I already used. If I want, I can add any kind of text. So this is a text editor for creating like more theoretical content. So for example, this is the theory about angles. So I could look for text and added that here. So there is a question that can we add emojis in the text question? Yes, that was a new features that we added just like a few weeks ago. So probably this is in some beta version, but however, yes, you can add emojis to the text. So Here I can just write down all the theory, and I can probably add an image too. So just select it, and let's use, for example, this image, and accept. So there's going to be the image. That's great. Okay, that's something. I think that's almost enough. And probably I have here the text. Let me check something. Probably because of the size of the image is too high. I can drag and drop, so I can move it up and down. Normally I don't use this kind of activity, so let me check it. Here it is. Let me add a smaller image here. So let's do it with this one. Here it is. Great. So, and finally, when I finish my all my theoretical part, so probably we can go to Wikipedia. So let's, for example, Wikipedia angles definition. And let's copy and paste. So, for example, this is just a test. So let's submit it. So there it is. And let's save. This is saving. So already saved. Normally, this is have a automatic saving. So if you see that this is not available for save, probably is that this was already saved automatically. Okay, so let's close here, and let's come back to the class editing. Let's close this too, and here down we have the text. Here's the text that I added. And finally, I think we are done. There's just one more thing, like adding an image. So this is the all tape of angles, like summarized by the ending of the class. So let's open this, open, and save. So we have here our image in the low part of the class. So that's okay. Now we have all our classes. If I want to reorder some of the questions, I can just move here and move this up or down, and my class is ready. So the next step is how can we share this with my students? And so I'm going to show you how the 3 ways for sharing this with the students. Let's click on done. And here we are in our classes. So the first way is that I can share the practice link to my student. So I could only just like copy the link and send it to my student. I'm gonna share it in the chat with you. So when students get the link, let's open, for example, this here. So when they get the link, they can just select it and use it on their classes. So if you share it by WhatsApp, they just click it on the link, and this is gonna be a practice classes. So you are not gonna get any kind of feedback from the students. So like what were the answers of the students. So this is only for practicing. So students can just go forward. So they see that was the video in the previous one. And after that, they need to answer the question. So the rectangle has, this was the questions we import. So for example, I say one side. So this is a wrong question, a wrong answer. The angle in the image is acute. Remember that this is a multiple choice, so we can choose one, and this is also correct. So answer, and the answer is good. So next, please write your idea about obtuse angles. This is an open-ended, so I think, and answer. Answer 10. This is not right or not right. So the obtuse angle is an angle with more, okay, so and so on until the end of the class. So I'm gonna finish, and in the end of the class, the students are gonna get the personal report. But again, when the students are practicing, you are not gonna get any kind of report about their jobs. So that's the first way they can work on it. So that's like a personal or like a very individual activity for each one of the students. The second one is that you can schedule a class so you don't need to be connected. That was another question I got in the email. You don't need to get connected to the class. You can just send the link to students, and students in different times, they're gonna join into the class, make their activities, make the activities, and you are gonna get the report of each one of the students when they finish their activities. Mm, So let's try that. For example, a schedule class. So I'm gonna say that my class will be available until March 7 and 11:30 p.m. So that's the time for the class. And I want that the students get points in a competition mode. So they're gonna have like the podium at the ending of the class. And I want the system shuffle automatically the answer options so students cannot copy between them. Sure. So, okay. So, Sorak is telling that please show again the order of the questions. Great. I'm going to show you that in a second. So, and I'm going to ask that my students need to be authenticated for my class. So I'm not going to accept any kind of nicknames, but I'm going to ask to the students to log in into TOMi before presenting their classes or before like practicing or applying the lesson. So I'm going to turn it on and accept. So there it is. This is my class. After that, I just need to copy the link, and I'm going to paste it again to you in the chat. So you're going to share this, for example, with your students, and your students are going to go into the class, solve the activity, and all the reports are going to appear here, and you can double check it. And after the given deadline, students cannot go into the class again. So they have only 3 days for joining to the class. Or if you want to finish the class before of that, you can just click on finish, and the class won't be available for students anymore. So that's basically the way of scheduling a classes. So you don't need to be connected at the same time of the students. You just need to share the link to students, and the students can, one of them make the class in the morning, another one in the afternoon, and so on. That's a good question, Mohita. Mohita, actually, TOMi has very similarity to Kahoot. The better part of TOMi is that you can use TOMi even if you don't have internet access inside the classroom, or you have a bad quality internet in the classroom. So once again, you are gonna get a free device, TOMi Play device, that when you connect TOMi Play to a battery bank or to any power supply, TOMi is gonna create a Wi-Fi connection inside the classroom. Students can connect to TOMi, and you are going to have a high-speed connection, and all the interactivity is going to happen inside a classroom, like if you have the better internet access, and the students cannot get distracted online because they are connected only to your class with the device. So that's the main differentiation of TOMi from platforms like Kahoot. And there are other things, like for example, we are cheaper than Kahoot. If you check the cost of your principal, check the cost, we are cheaper than them. So in the most of the cases, Kahoot, another platform like that, was created for those countries when everybody has internet access, where you have high-speed internet access inside the classroom. But in most of our classrooms in emerging countries, the quality of the internet, the bandwidth of the internet, is not enough for supporting 30 students per classroom connected to internet at the same time. And you start to fill in some delays in the answers of the students, or the students who has a data plan has a better opportunity for for winning that the students that don't have a data plan. So that's the opportunity for generating some kind of equality with TOMi.digital. Remember that we already shipped out 10 devices, 10 Tommy Play devices to Mr. Bippin, and we are going to ship out today 10 more devices to Mr. Bippin. So you are going to have 20 Tommy Plays for free for interacting in the classroom. So meanwhile we are in the pandemic, you can create your classes, share it online, and play with your students online. However, when you come back to the classes, you already will have all the classes created, and you can apply these classes even offline inside the classroom. So perfect. So this is the way for presenting asynchronously to your students. So before going to the online class, so we can make a test together, I'm going to show you again how to change the order of the questions. I really like the way, because this is very simple to change this order. Sorach say that already make the process. However, I'm going to show it to you. It's very easy. So sort the resource here, sort the resource, and just drag and drop the activities in the order you want to have. Perfect. So let's go live. I'm gonna start a class. You will be my student today. So I'm gonna share you the link, and let's make the class as fun as possible. Remember that you are almost 30 teachers. However, we are gonna ship out 20 Tommy Plays. So it's very important your participation in the classes, the activities you are going to have with Tommy in your classes. So this activity that we are going to start are going to give us 3 winners. The 3 main positions in the podium will be the 3 main winners. So I'm going to make the 3 way for presenting my class, to teach my class, is playing it live. So I'm going to play it. Remember that YouTube has some delay in the transmission. So I'm going to show you the interaction here. However, you will need to be alert in your smartphone or the device you are going to use for the class, because the question is going to appear first in your cell phone than in this transmission by YouTube. So this is very important that you be aware of your smartphone and the class, and not only in the transmission I am doing. This is because, again, YouTube has like a 10-second delay. If you are in a Google Meet or a Teams or any kind of other transmission way with your students, that we're going to be real time, so you don't have that kind of issues. So let's do it. So let's turn on competition mode, and I'm going to turn on also the shuffle for the answers. And I'm not going to ask for authentication this time, so you can use a nickname if you're not already logged into Tommy. So continue, and what you need to do is go into play.tomi.digital and using this code 3939. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to paste it to you in the chat too. So I'm going to be here waiting for you log into the class. It's going to take a while, because I know that the transmission is delayed. So you're going to start logging into the class soon. There it is. Shilpa is already logged in. Amal, there you are. Great. 3 students. Anita, Sachin. If I'm not pronouncing your names good, I apologize. I hope you understand how hard it is for anybody pronouncing numbers from other sides of the world. My name is my complete name in Spanish is Juan Manuel Lopera Aristizabal. So probably that's something hard to you to pronounce too. So here it is. We have 5 I want more people connected. So please, we have in this moment in the live through Facebook and through YouTube, we have almost 20 people connected. So I want to have at least 10 people connected to this class, or 8. So I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds. However, we already have 7. There is 7 students. So I think we can start our class. If you don't get on time to a class, or your students don't get on time on a class, they're gonna lose some points, because if they don't have time for answering some questions, so students will not have the points that the first questions is given to them. So there we are, we have 7, and we're gonna start our class. So get ready for starting. I'm gonna wait 5 seconds so you can synchronize with a YouTube video. So I'm gonna start in 5 seconds. Get ready in your screens, and this is started. So here we have the first thing we have is a video. So you can just click on it, and you're gonna start seeing the video I shared to you. That's the theoretical part. So this was a video selected from YouTube. So you can just add any video, and your students will start seeing the video in their own screen. It's not a streaming. So this is not a streaming. So the bandwidth your students require for viewing the video is too low. So you are consuming as less data plan as possible. So we thought and TOMi about that, how to reduce the consumption or the spending of the data plans of the students. It's not a streaming, it's loading directly in the screen of the students. So let's move forward. Let's go to the assessment. So get ready and let's start. Remember, we have a delay because this is YouTube, so you need to be aware in the screen. So you have this question has a lot of time. So this is 140 seconds. However, if the 8 people who is connected to the class answer the single choice question, as soon as you answer, we are gonna move forward to the next question. So there are 2 people left for answering the question. Remember, just select the right option. The rectangle has, there it is. Any way I can skip the question so I can show the results. Again, this have a lot of time. So this has a lot of time. So I'm not gonna wait until the time stops. I can just skip it. We have 7 of 8 answers. So let's show the results. And there it is. So 7 people answered 7, and 1 people didn't answer anything. So 7 the right question. So that's great. So let's move forward. Second question, the angle in the image is. Remember that is a multiple choice question. So you need to select 1 or more questions, and after that, click in the answer button. If you don't select the button of answer, you're not gonna be registered like an answer. So time is over. 8, 7, 6, 5. Remember the delay. So probably when you see this video in YouTube, you already were done. So that's right. Three people didn't answer. Remember, you need to click in the option, and you will see the right answers here. You can click on the answers to remember what is each one of the options in each one. So that's the answers from the people. So I have some questions here, so I'm gonna stop a little bit for looking at this. When the answer is incorrect, student doesn't get the correct answer. It just says incorrect. Is there any? Oh, thank you so much, Janky. That's a good idea. I'm gonna take note of it. In this moment, the students don't get the right answer. Only at the end of the test, they are gonna get a report with the right question. But during the process, they won't see what is the right questions just by the ending of the class. I'm gonna show it to you by the ending of the class. So perfect. Let's move forward. We have many questions to answer. So an obtuse angle is an angle with more than 180 degrees. That's true or false? Great. 4 right answers, 2 wrong answers, and 1 of you didn't answer. So let's move forward because we have many questions to answer. We have 13 questions to answer, and we have 5. So and time is over. So let's move forward. Please write your ideas about the obtuse angle. So what you need to do is just write something there. Teachers can review these answers in the report by the ending of the class. So it's not going to be grade or scoring, but you can have that argues from the students. So this is an open-ended answers. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. It's over. 5 people answered. I can check the answers here, and I can see who didn't answer the question. So let's move forward. And this is the matching images with the angle. So what you need is drag and drop to like assemble the puzzle and matching the angle's name with the image. Remember that after you make the matching, you need to click on the answer button to register your answer. Great, there we are. So we have 5 right answers, and we have 2 wrong answers. That's great. So let's move forward for the 7th question. And this is ordering. So you need to order from small to big, the less angle to the bigger angle. So drag and drop. And when you are ready, please click on the answer button. Oh, look at this. Sorak is saying that she's going ahead. That means that probably she already checked the screen, and it said that you are in front, you are in the first place. Great. So there it is. So it is 3 answered the answer good, and 2 did it wrong. So that's good. So remember 2 important things is that the video from YouTube has a delay, probably 10 seconds delay. So it's important you be aware of your devices. And in some cases, that's very important. That's why TOMi Play is very valuable, is that the speed of the refreshing time in each one of the screens of you is dependent of the speed of the internet connection you are connected to, the data plan you have, or even the speed of the device you have, the speed of the internet that your device can get. So that's why TOMi Play is very nice, because you are going to have a simultaneous, a synchronized process with all the students in your classroom. So let's move forward. The 8th one. So match the degrees with the name of the angle. So this is matching text. Okay. So match 90 with what is the angle with 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 180. Great. 3 people answered, 2 people didn't answer. Let's move forward. I don't want to take many time from you, so it's the final part of the workshop. So this is one of the hardest part to me, finding the words. Each one of you are going to have a different word search puzzle, so you cannot copy from one to the other. So complete the sentence. Find the sentence. There is 25 seconds left. Great. One of you already have found all the words. That's good. Two of you already did. And time is over. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and over. Two of you found the three words. That's good. So let's move forward. The 10 question. This is completing the sentence. So you will need to drag and drop the right answers into the squares. So the sentence is the, what is the word that is there? Is any, what is the word there? Of course, this is angle. So is any angle bigger than 90 and smaller than, what is the word that needs to be there? So there it is. Three of you answered the question well, right. One didn't do it. And this was part of the question that Hanky did before, is that if the right answers appears in the screen of the teacher. So if you are sharing your screen in a video projector, or you are sharing your screen in a video conference, so you can show the right answer to the students too. So this is the right answer. And we're almost done. Three more questions and we're ending. So this is a alternative answer. So you need to write down the right answer for this. You have 15 seconds now. What is the name of the 180 degrees angle in English? You need to write this in the right way for getting the answer good. Only one person have it. The right answer was straight. Nobody answered the straight. That was an alternative that I wrote down. And many of you answered a different thing. I just hope I write the word uh, in a correct way, and it's not my mistake. I hope that. So, and finally, we have the theoretical part. So you can see in your smartphone, if you are in a smartphone, you can see the theoretical content, or if you are in a tablet PC. So TOMi ensures that you can see the theoretical part in the right way. So let's move forward. And the final question tape was acute angle, a right angle, like a summarize of all the angles and all the learnings from today. Amal says, I gave a straight angle, but I got incorrect. I can double check in the report later. Probably there is some small differentiation or different answer in the question. Let's check it in the report in a second. So let's finish the class, and we have here the podium. So we have Shilpa in the first place, we have Amal in the second place, and Sachin in the third place. And here we have the other podium, the other positions in the podium. So congratulations to the winners. And again, let's go to the report, because we have some feedback from both of you and say that you write down the right answer in one of the questions. So if a student have that idea, so we can double check the report. So we can see a fast report here. What was the question? With more correct answers, and the question with more incorrect answers. So that's an overview. And what is the valuation or the score, sorry, from students. So I'm gonna go to the report for seeing what is the right the answers. For example, let's double check the Amal answers. So Amal, and we have here. Probably you didn't. It says that you didn't. But there's no what. This was that. Look at this. This is very important. What you answered, Amal, was a straight angle. So the error was that you added angle after straight. So as a teacher, I included only the option straight in my test, not a straight angle. So that was the reason it wasn't correct. So let's move here and let's see Sorach report. So let's see here, and a straight angle. So probably this was my mistake as a teacher because I didn't include the option angle in the answer. I'm gonna take just a couple more minutes for correcting that in my class for the next group of students that I'm gonna have. So I'm gonna move to my classes and I'm gonna go to angles, bases, and I'm gonna move to the questions, the alternative answer question, this one, and this was the alternatives I gave. So I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna add another, and it's gonna be a straight angle. So if I didn't add this, if a student, like for example, Sorach, that answered a straight angle, the system are gonna say that it was wrong because I didn't add this alternative. So this need to be very accurate in the options that I add. So that was the reason that you lost that points in the final question. I apologize for that. Probably as a teacher, I needed to add that alternative. So just for finishing, I'm gonna remember you how to download the reports, and probably you want to send these reports to your students. So remember, again, you have here reports. So you have the class angle basis. I can change this name. For example, this was the asynchronous class I scheduled, and this is the live class that I gave you seconds before. So I'm gonna change the name. So this is angle basis live session, and I'm gonna download the reports, and I want my reports in PDF from all the class, and I want this was the overview of the class. I'm gonna download the detailed report of the students from all the students. There it is. I'm gonna download in XLS an Excel file too from all the students. So what we have here is the overview of the class report. So this is the overview of the class in a PDF. And we have here the individual reports. For example, the first place in the podium, Shilpa. So we have here all the answers from Shilpa. I can send it to Shilpa parents to congratulate them for the results of his student, his son. And we have this Excel file that you can use for uploading the information to your scoring system in the school or something like that, or for sending this to the principal. Anyway, you have here the details. So that's all for today's. So that's right. Thank you so much, Surak, for your comments. So that is. I really hope you enjoyed this workshop today. I really hope you start presenting or giving your classes using TOMi. Remember, you have full access for free to all the pro features of the platform. So if you didn't get your PIN code yet, please write me an email. I'm gonna share my email again here. You already have it because I wrote to you with the link, but you can write to me with your comments or your questions, or if you don't have your access code already, please let me know, and I'm gonna send you an activation code for this pilot. So we are gonna wait until you get the devices in your hands, and in that moment we are gonna prepare a third workshop for learning how to use TOMi Play with the classes you already created. So please enjoy TOMi. This is very important for me, just like an ending story. I grew up in one of the most violent and poor towns here in Medellin, in Colombia, when Medellin was the most violent city in the world because of the narco traffic things. And there was a teacher that changed my life when I was 12. So that's the reason I'm working for teachers. That's the reason I created TOMi. I have an amazing 300 people team working with me with the same conviction that teachers are the more important part of the transformation of the world. So I need to thanks to my teachers because my teacher changed my life. So I'm fully sure that all your students are very grateful of the effort you do for making better classes, for engaging them, for motivating them to create to be a better person every time. So thank you so much to you for being teachers. Thank you so much to you for joining us in TOMi.digital. Thank you for using TOMi. Thank you for sharing your classes. And once again, thank you for deciding to be a teacher who inspire your students. Thank you so much and see you soon. I'm gonna send you an email as soon as Mr. Bipin tell me that you already have your TOMi Plays in your hands, and we are gonna make a workshop for learning how to use TOMi. Please subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe yet, because we are gonna do multiple small workshops for clarifying different things and giving you news about new features. So please get subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
With TOMi.digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi.digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi.digital classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi.digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.